What does the future look like? Seems to me that we're spending an inordinate amount of time worrying about what the future will look like as we try and work out what the powers that shouldn't be are planning for us. We go off and look at all these videos and read these reports of how awful such and such is, and how this is going to impact our lives, and then this is going to happen, and we're all going to be squished into this situation, whatever it is. And we concentrate on that. And I get emails all the time. People are sending me emails. Oh, Richard, have a look at this. This is very urgent. They say, look at this. Oh, have a look at that. Sometimes they don't even bother to tell me what the content of the video is. It's just a link. And you go, oh, and then I look at it and I think, oh, should I press it? Is it going to give me bad news? Is it going to make me feel depressed and down? Is it going to help me materialize the future by accepting what's being said in a video of somebody I've never met who's telling me that the world is going to collapse or is going to burn up, or that these people, these devil worshippers are going to control our lives or depopulate us, or all of that. And I think to myself, well, I've been on a bit of a spiritual journey, and I'm told that we, as Bruce Lipton, I think it was, is creating our universe with our thoughts. Now, he's a scientist, and he's telling us that actually the thoughts are creating the atoms and the vibrations and the molecules or whatever it is, that everything is just moving like this, and we create it. And then there's Dolores Cannon, who also is telling us that we create the future, and many others are telling us how actually it's down to our thoughts, our consciousness, that we are part of the one, the source, and all of this. And I think that's probably true. It's a better description than many of the things that I've actually understood. And it's a consistent one since I was a young man at 18, picking up some of these self-help books. I remember reading something called The Magic, Bring Out the Magic in Your Mind by Al Koran, and Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. I read books by Edgar Cayce. And people like that. And then there was a great gulf, and now I'm revisiting all of that material and realise that actually this is still going on. The point of this is to say that if it's our minds, if what we hold mostly in our thoughts is what we create in our world, then what are we creating when we go and have a look at all these terrifying things, the power? I was drawn to the attention that if you look on a packet of cigarettes, if you're a smoker, let's say, and it says on there the words that the government tell you what those cigarettes are going to do. I'm not even going to repeat it, because words have power. We are told things all the time, that certain things happen, and yet we're lied to constantly and constantly about what's going to happen. But if we believe it, we then materialize it. So I'm asking you, what does the future look like? What does your future look like? If you're worried now, if the public consensus is that we're worried that the medical interventions are going to kill us off, if the 5G is going to turn us into a zombie apocalypse, if that the powers that be can just, using these sound weapons, can razor us to the ground. If the idea is that we're going to be depopulated to nothingness, and we're holding those thoughts, if we're holding them and entertaining them and believing that the power is there, that this will happen, then that's what we're going to materialize. So this is where I think we should be very cautious about going off and looking at all these videos that are telling you doom, gloom and destruction. I mean, I have a friend who's a YouTube friend, and this is all he sort of does now, is he uses the headlines to say, oh my God, look at this, this is about to happen, in the hope that he gets views. I don't want to be disingenuous to him, and I know that he needs to earn some money and get the views. And many people are doing this. They're using the negative, the terror, the frightening gambit to get people to watch their videos. And then they're saying all these terrible things are happening. But what all that's happening now is you are helping to create the thing you do not want by pointing it out. And so we've got to change our tact, I believe. You may disagree, you may think it's all fancy, but we are at a very crucial time in which the earth, Mother Earth, Gaia, whatever you want to call her, is in this process of changing. And we've got to decide whether we're going to be in the old world, the low vibrational world, the world that will just see humanity slowly disappear and die in a horrible agonizing death, or of course be completely controlled and transhumanized by those people who want to do that. Or we choose to raise our vibrations, to have unconditional love, to forgive those that have damaged us, use that as a kick up the old bottom to change our way that we think, and to embrace a new life, to concentrate on the life that we actually want, not the one we don't want. So what is your future going to be? Mine is a much simpler life. I want to move away from a lot of this technology, the Wi-Fi technology, the 5G. I'm not particularly interested in downloading videos in an instant. I'm not particularly interested in having mobile technology or chips or implants and all of that. I'm not particularly interested in central bank digital currencies. Mine is a much simpler world. I want to get back to the land. I want to get back to nature. I want to be one with this planet. I want to have a community of like-minded people about me that we can share different jobs, toiling the soil. I want to be able to sit in a shepherd's hut and puff on a pipe and watch sheep. I want to just take time to contemplate, to be one with the universe, to listen to what my gut is telling me, to what my higher conscious is telling me. I want to hear the nature, the birds and the sounds. I want to observe the animals, the mammals that have just the same right to be on this planet as we do. I want to grow my own food, I want to make my own butter, and I want to milk my own cows, I want to breed my own pigs. I want to have fun with people singing and dancing and bringing back some of the old traditions, dancing around the maypole, whatever it is. I want to be involved with children who are growing up learning natural crafts, old ways of doing things. I'm not saying I'm getting rid of technology altogether. I believe that we have technology here to help us, but not to be masters of us. And I think that we can find the balance of some of those older, slower ways. I'm not particularly worried about having to earn money. I think that in a community you could almost eradicate money because you're just coming together as a community to help one another, that you're not having to barter this, or you're just helping. You're just going, oh, do you need your roof thatched? I'll come and I'd love to learn how to do it. I'll hold the ladder, I'll pass you the tools, I'll get involved, I'll do some donkey work. I'm not really worried. But we all help one another. That's a kind of future that I would like to see. It may not be your future. It doesn't have to be your future. You may think that you actually want to have a flash racing car, that you want to have men or girls on your arm. You may want lots of gold and tea. You know, if that's your future, that's entirely up to you. For me, it's a much more simpler, less stressful, no more pharmaceuticals, natural health, understanding, use the technology we've got to help us now, but not be mastered by it. That's for me, and that's what I'm concentrating on. I want to laugh, I want to love, I want to have fun. I don't think that we need to work these long hours to try and earn money, to pay these ridiculous bills, and then other trinkets. That's a slave mentality. I'm not a slave. I'm getting myself out of the system. I'm not one of those that's going to be part of the acts and statutes and the government and all of those people who think they master us. They don't. They don't. They think they do, and the only way they can is if we give them the power, if we vote for them, if we listen to them, if we entertain them, if we give them any suggestion that they have that power. That's how they take it. They continually say, well, we'll do this for you, we'll do this for you, making us absolutely devoid of being able to stand up on our own. We are sovereign people. We are sovereign people. We can do these. We don't need them. We can organise ourselves. We can create our own little mini parishes to control and to not to control, but to organise, to administer the various things that we need. My future is much more positive, and I'm holding on to that. I'm not looking at these negative videos anymore. Don't bother to send them to me. All this, oh, Richard, it's so urgent. You've got to watch this. You must have this. No, I'm concentrating on materializing the future I want. And that is how I'm going to proceed in the next few months and create, be creative. Be one with the universe, be where we should be, not where they want us to be. So I ask again, what is your future looking like? And have you even thought about it?